Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Sutton here. It's time for math. It's about 10:40 in the morning if you're following along with our schedule, and if you're not, that's okay. In the Seesaw assignment, we mentioned a few things that you need for today's lesson. You need your math book is one thing. You need your part whole board. Of course, if you need your whiteboard, you need your markers with an eraser. And the last piece is what I call our Fluency Sprints packet. And this is in your baggie that you got on Friday. So hopefully you have all those things out and ready to go. I'll give you just a minute if you don't. Our lesson today is about addition. All of our lessons at the beginning of the year are about addition and counting. So we'll start with some counting, and we'll do some writing, and then we'll do a page in your workbook. Okay, so if everybody has those things, we'll go ahead and get started. Let's start with some flash counting. Flash counting, you remember, is when I flash and you tell me what number I flashed, okay? So let's go ahead and start with an easy one. And if you said 5, you're correct. 5. Let's do, what number is that? 7. Very good. Let's try this. Did you say 3? You are correct. That number is 3. 10? Yep, that is 10. Yes, that one is 6. All right, just a few of those. Let's do some counting up and counting down. So you remember with counting up, we're going to start anywhere and count up and then stop and go down. So let's go. Let's start at 21. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. All right, rest. Let's start at 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's start with 67. It's a nice number, 67. 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 72, 71, 70, 69, 68, 67. All right, just a quick little bit of counting today. Let's move on to using our part whole. So the sprint that we're going to be doing today is adding one more. So you'll start with one number and add one more. So if we're going to start with a number and add one more, we're going to use this side of our board. We're going to start with a number and add one more to get our total. Let's do a few. Get your marker out if you haven't already. So let's start with 5. And if I start with 5 and I add one more, my new number is 6. Did you get 6? Start with 5, add one more, get 6. All right, we're going to erase our board, but part of it we can keep because we're always adding one more. Do you know what part we can keep because we're always adding one more? Did you say this part? That's correct. We can keep that because we're adding one more to everything, but we're going to erase our total and our other part. Ready for another one? Let's see what you know about two-digit numbers. 12 plus one more is how much? Did you say 13? You would be right. 12, 13. One more than 12 is 13. All right, let's stick though. I just wanted to see how that looked. Let's stick with our within 10 numbers. So if I have 8 and I add one more, what is my answer? What comes right after 8? Did you say 9? And are you showing me your paper and you're not, and I can see it? That's great. Good. Now we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to be adding using dots. So that is 1 dot. And let's do 4 and 1 more using dots. So that would look like that. 4 and 1 more using dots. And write your answer in dots as well. Did you say 4 plus 1 more in dots looks like this? Good. You are correct. I'm going to erase my total. I'm going to keep my 1. And let's do six plus 1 more. So you'll show 6 and 1 more. Now I want you to write your answer using a digit, using a numeral, using number, not dots. Okay? All right, let's do 1 more. Okay, let's show 3 plus 1 more, and let's show our answer using a numeral, a digit, a number, not dots. Did you say 4? You're correct. Okay, we can erase and put that off to the side. We're just doing a quick little counting. Every day we'll do some counting because that will make us fabulous mathematicians. All right, next we're going to go to the first page here. I've got to do this so I can see it. The first, yeah, it is your first page. And so for your first page, it says, and I know that's blurry when I go up that close, but families and everybody, just make sure you have the one that says Lesson 1 Sprint. Lesson 1 Sprint. It's the very first page in your whole packet. Lesson 1 Sprint. Now there are different ways we can use this. Some teachers like to use it as a timed assessment. Some teachers like to use it as timed practice. I am not going to use it timed at all in the beginning here. Maybe later we will. So the reason you see that number correct in a starburst here is because some teachers like to time and count how many the student got correct in a timed amount of time. We're not going to use it that way. We're going to use it to reinforce what we just did. So what we just did was we used dots to show adding on 1 more. And I just can't get this any clearer with my setup, but at home you can see this is super easy. What you'll do with a pencil is for number 1, you'll count the dots. And if I add 1 more dot, I'm at 3. For number 2, I'll count the dots. 1, 2, 3. If I add 1 more, my new number is 4. Now, families, if your student wants to do half a page now and half a page later, or wants to do the whole page, that's up to them. This is practice adding 1 more. This is practice becoming very, very fluent to start anywhere within 1 and 100 and adding 1 more. We're going to start easy with numbers between 1 and 10. Okay, so you can do this later. You're not going to do this right now. This is something you can do a little bit later. Okay. And the next thing we're going to look at is our book. And again, if you picked up your materials on Friday, you have those sticky notes, so get another sticky note out for this book. And I want you to find page 2. Now we are into what's called Review What You Know. Page 2, remember the page numbers in the bottom corners of the books, of the pages. So this is reviewing what we know for topic 1. We're going to get into our first topic tomorrow. So we're going to review words like count, join, in all. those words: counting, joining, and telling how many in all. So families, there's some words on the page, and if you could help your student by reading as much as they need. A couple of other words we're talking about are counting and sum over here. Sums. Sums are the answer to an addition problem. Sums is what we get when we add two numbers together or three numbers. Counting, we've been doing a ton of counting lately. So you're going to finish this page with help from your family, and this is the one page that you'll upload from your math book. Remember, put your sticky note in here so after you found page 2, you can find it again super quickly. All right, so we're going to put that off to the side. This is what you're doing, page 2, and this will all be in the Seesaw assignment. Also, you'll upload a picture of this and show me how you did with adding one more to an already set number of dots. You can do some, part, all. You can't do none. You have to do some of this. So you'll upload this and page 2. So that's about all we have for today. You'll be successful with today's math lesson if you worked with this. And if you put it in a place that you can find tomorrow, you'll be successful with that. You'll be successful with your counting fluency and adding fluency. You'll begin to be very, very successful if you keep working on these every day. So today we're going to do Lesson 1 Sprint 1.1. Okay? And you'll also be very successful with your math lesson today if you found a sticky note, tabbed your page, went to page 2, completed page 2 neatly with a pencil, and took a nice clear picture of it so that I can see how you did. So that is our math lesson for today. Boys and girls, I hope you have fun with your work. Do a nice job, and I will see you later. Thank you.